So, guys, Chris Marler here. Welcome into Big Picks Energy, where we're going to give you three guaranteed winners once again this week with our three best bets of the SEC player totals and prop bets for this upcoming season. So, like we do every week, we went over to our good buddies at DraftKings, hit up their sportsbook, like you should do as well. And listen, they're doing an incredible promotion. Got to give them a shout out real quick. They're doing an incredible promotion to kick off football season. So, if you are a new user and you sign up and you make a $5 wager, just $5, you will automatically get $200 in return from DraftKings. So there's a link in the description below. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you check that out. Click the link, wager $5, get 200. Everyone's happy. There you go. All right. So our first bet that we are going to be making is Brock Bowers over under 10.5 total touchdown catches this year. We're going to take the under, which I know sounds crazy, but hear me out. Brock Bowers had an incredible year a season ago as a true freshman. He's the best tight end in the country. Everyone knows that. 56 catches, 822 yards, and 13 touchdowns. Now, the 56 catches, that's 25 more than anyone else on the team had. I don't expect that to happen again this year. The 13 touchdowns, but not only was it the most of any tight end in college football for the last 5 years combined, it's also the only Georgia player to have double-digit touchdown catches in a season in the last 12 years combined. So naturally, I think that's going to regress a little bit. On top of that, there's not as many injuries going into the year at the receiving corps. And you have somebody named Eric Gilbert, who is maybe as good or better as Brock Bowers. They will have a ton of production. I just don't think it's all going to go to Bowers. So, all right, Bryce Young over under 3,860 passing yards. We're going to go under again. I know. That's not how I want to start the show either. But here's the deal. Bryce Young had an incredible year in year one as a starter. 4,700 yards, 47 touchdowns, a Heisman Trophy winner. He had a lot of things. Tell you what he did not have, and the reason why those numbers are so high, didn't have a running game. There's a reason you have 4,700 yards and 47 touchdowns when you have 547 pass attempts, which is 145 more than any other quarterback in program history. Last year, Alabama's running game was awful. They lost 3 players to injury for the entire season throughout the year. They were held to under 100 yards rushing or less in 4 separate games a year ago. To put that in perspective, that only happened 3 times in the previous 10 years combined. Listen, 547 pass attempts, 145 more than any other quarterback in program history, all of that. And he still only had 3,901 passing yards, which is just 40 more than the number this year. All right, last but not least, tell the kids and your wife to earmuff it because we're going to be talking money and hookers, or just one hooker. So, Hendon Hooker over or under 2,769 passing yards. I don't know if you can smell what's cooking here, but that is time for the Dwayne the Lock Johnson lock of the week or year or whatever. We still haven't figured it out yet, but this is the absolute lock of the week for SEC player totals. Hammer this, okay? And here's why. Granted, Hendon Hooker did not even pass this number a year ago as a first-year starter, and there's a reason why that didn't happen. Look at the production from Josh Heupel quarterbacks over the last 6 years. Right. 4 of the 6 had over 3,300 passing yards. The only 2 that didn't even pass this number, they only played 10 games. So Hooker will definitely be able to pass this number once he gets at full 12 this year. The average number, you end up with around 3,178 yards passing. That's over 400 yards more than they even need. I fully expect them to get this. I think they would blow past this in mid-November at the latest. So make sure you hammer the Dwayne the Lock Johnson lock of the week. And maybe next week we'll come up with a better pun and think of something better. So anyway, thanks for joining us. Make sure you tag or hit the link in the description for DraftKings. We'll see you next week.